Talk about a brush with greatness. When it comes to reminiscing about the past, it's hard to beat the story one very accomplished painter tells Anthony Mason.
Françoise Gilot was 22 when she painted this self-portrait in 1944, soon after she'd started a relationship with a much older artist, Pablo Picasso.
I think some people might find it intimidating to be working in his shadow.
No.
You were not intimidated.
If you have to be intimidated, then you don't go there. Either you have courage or you don't in life. If you have courage, you receive a few bumps here and there, but on the whole, it's more interesting.
Women, Picasso once said to her, are either goddesses or doormats. Gilot, he learned, was no doormat.
In French, we are maybe not very powerful, but we are not stupid.
She's still showing her work, appearing at an opening in New Orleans last year. She co-authored a recent book called About Women. And an American Ballet Theater production featured a Gilot painting as its backdrop.
Oh, well, you have to renew yourself all the time, you know.
The Parisian-born artist, who works out of her New York studio, is 95 now. Gilot has been painting for nearly 75 years.
What made you start painting?
Well, ever since I was a child, I always drew. I don't paint what I look at, but what looks at me. It means is important for me.
This is more recent?
Yes, it is the snow.
It's snow.
That's very interesting because the snow is my first memory. And I, again and again, tried to make paintings of the snow and never could. So everything comes, it takes sometimes a lifetime to get there.
Your parents wanted you to be a lawyer.
Yes, I went to law school for 2 years, and it has been very helpful to me.
It has.
Because a painter is a man or a woman who has to do contracts. And the dealers are not the most reliable people sometimes.
It was in 1943, during the German occupation of Paris, that Gilot met Picasso. She was 21. He was 61. Gilot would later write, "It was a catastrophe I didn't want to avoid."
It was a tempting the daredevil in me.
Tempting the devil in you.
While Picasso frequently used her image as inspiration, Gilot continued quietly working herself.
I thought, I come in a very difficult situation. I have to remain alive as I am without annoying him.
And what would have annoyed him, do you think?
Any show of too much personality?
But you have a lot of personality.
Yes, but you can always put it in your pocket.
So you put your personality in your pocket for him.
Yes.
They'd spend 10 years together and have 2 children, Claude and Paloma. But then she became the only one of Picasso's women to walk away.
When I said, I am here because I love you, but the day when I don't love you, I go. Ha, ha, ha. Nobody leaves a man like me. I said, wait and see.
What did he say the day you left?
The day I left, he said, merde. That's the only thing he said.
Knowing his power in the art world, it had to be difficult on some level, leaving.
At many levels. Life is not an easy package, you know.
Yeah.
He burned all the bridges that connected me to the past I had shared with him, Gilot wrote. But in doing so, he forced me to discover myself and survive. Her memoir, Life with Picasso, published in 1964, would become an international bestseller. Picasso fought the release of the book in France, but failed.
I won first and then in appeal. So at that time he called me.
He did.
And he said, one more time you win.
Gilot moved to the U.S. in the 1960s and attracted another giant of the 20th century. She was courted by Dr. Jonas Salk, pioneer of the polio vaccine. He proposed.
That, of course, I thought was absurd.
He persisted. But she said she could never spend more than half of the year together.
6 months is the most I could tolerate.
He agreed. They married in 1970.
The strange thing is that he was really true to his word. We were married for 25 years until his death.
After some 6,000 paintings and drawings, Françoise Gilot is still at it.
Painting is a great job because you never really have to give it up.
No, why should I? It will give me up, but I won't give it up. I don't want to commit suicide, and nobody wants to kill me, so what can I do?